A robbery that occurred at the Bellagio has left both tourists and locals mystified. We spoke to some of the employees who were on the scene.
Also, we speak to one of the candidates running in the CSUN General Executive Board election. We have all this and more. You're watching Studio G.
Good afternoon, Rebels, and welcome to Studio G. I'm Jessica Vargas.
And I'm Malika Powell.
A mass burglary at the Bellagio Hotel early Saturday morning left guests running for safety and employees facing suspension. At least 3 mass burglars carrying sledgehammers smashed their way into a jewelry store at the Bellagio Hotel early Saturday morning. The burglary prompted authorities to lock down parts of the hotel and sent panicked guests rushing outside. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Lieutenant Carlos Hanks said the men were wearing suits and at least one had a pig mask on. An anonymous witness recounted the event.
At 4:15 at the Bellagio, advising families of 2 possible active shooter in a zebra mask.
And one of the subjects is armed with an axe.
There was a group of people, and they were all looking towards the Rolex store, and I noticed a person in a pig mask, and he looked like he was holding something long and black in one hand, and then noticed that he was holding what looked like a gun in the other hand.
Guests fled the hotel in confusion, casino tables left empty, patrons fearing there was an active shooter. Police confirming this morning no shots were ever fired and no injuries reported.
One Bellagio employee who did not want to be interviewed on camera is facing suspension pending investigation after posting a video of the burglary on YouTube. The image of the man in the pig mask has since gone viral and the other suspects are still at large. Police currently have one person in custody, a 20-year-old man named Sebastian Gonzalez, who is believed to have worn the pig mask during the burglary. He is currently being held at the Clark County Jail and made an appearance this morning.
Las Vegas has officially announced its first professional football team, and there are definitely some mixed emotions. Jamie Poole has the story.
After a long journey, the Oakland Raiders were officially approved to move to Las Vegas on Monday afternoon. They received 31 of 32 votes to secure the move. Many new fans were born, and people of Las Vegas are excited to finally have their first professional football team. While many are excited, there are a large number of people unhappy with the approval. Those less than excited even held a rally in hopes of a last-ditch effort to stop the move.
You're cutting out the heart and soul of your fan base.
And Mark, he stabbed us in the heart because he wants to take it to an entertainment.
What we do at the Coliseum can't be duplicated, can't be mimicked. Can't grab it and stick it on a stage, a propped up stage out there in Vegas.
Owner of the Oakland Raiders, Mark Davis, shared some words after the vote, where he tried to assure the people of Oakland that this was his decision and not the team's or the players.
I have mixed feelings, obviously. I love Oakland. I love the fans in Oakland. And I just hope that in the future, as we play in Oakland this year, that they understand that it wasn't the players, it wasn't the coaches that made this decision, but it was me that made it. And if they have anybody to talk to about it, it should be me. And I will, in the coming days, try to explain to them what went into making this difficult decision.
With a mix of emotions, it will be interesting to see who shows up to the Las Vegas Stadium in 2019 for their first games. For Studio G, I'm Jamie Poole.
The stadium is set to open for the 2019 season.
Over the weekend, mass anti-corruption protests erupted across Russia. Protesters say they took to the streets to fight against Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. The leader has been accused of running a, quote, corruption empire.
I'm against Putin, against his corruption.
They can't support our government, really. They steal our money using their power.
Many attribute the protest to a YouTube video posted by Alexei Navalny and his anti-corruption foundation. The report alleged that Medvedev profited from bribery and showed footage of his mansions, estimated to cost tens of millions of dollars. Rubber ducks became a symbol of the protest due to reports stating that Medvedev had a home exclusively for ducks at one of his properties. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer issued this statement during a press conference.
The United States strongly condemns the detention of hundreds of peaceful protesters throughout Russia on Sunday. The detention of peaceful protesters, human rights observers, and journalists is an affront to essential democratic values. We are troubled to hear of the arrest of the opposition leader upon arrival at the demonstration, as well as the police raids on the anti-corruption organization he heads. The United States will monitor the situation, and we call on the government of Russia to immediately release all peaceful protesters. The Russian people, like people everywhere, deserve a government that supports an open marketplace of ideas, transparent and accountable governance, equal treatment under the law, and the ability to exercise their rights without fear of retribution.
It is estimated that 8,000 people protested in Moscow alone, including Alexei Navalny. Russian authorities claim they made 500 arrests, with other reports claiming the number is as high as 1,000.
Coming up, we take a look at what's going on around the Valley. We'll be right back.
Sunday evening jazz. I mainly play a lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam, and I host Sunday evening jazz on the rebelhd2.com.
Low.
It's your girl, Scribe Cash.
My name's Fabian Stefan.
Perpetual Player One.
And I'm your host, Brandy the Prince Madison.
My name is Haley Rogers.
From the Miles Low midweek show.
Your Scribe Cash radio show.
You can listen to Pixel Jam.
Press start to play.
And this is the takeover.
Rock on Rebel.
On KUNV-HD2.
From the rebelhd2.com.
Welcome back to Studio G. Let's take a look at some of the biggest headlines in the Valley. A bipartisan bill was filed by House lawmakers that would provide $20 million for the Department of Homeland Security to secure faith-based community centers and double the penalty for false bomb threats. The current penalty for false bomb threats is 5 years, and the legislation would double the penalty to 10 years. The House bill was filed after a wave of bomb threats were sent to Jewish community centers nationwide, including one in Las Vegas. The bomb threat made to the Jewish community centers of southern Nevada was false, but it was enough to cause fear and panic within the Jewish community. Representative Jackie Rosen co-sponsored the bill, which is a companion to a Senate bill originally introduced earlier this month by Senator Dean Heller and New Mexican Senator Martin Heinrich. These bills will now go to respective committees and the House for the Senate for consideration.
Both parties in both houses of legislature sponsored a bill on Monday to ensure that the reorganization of the Clark County School District proceeds uninterrupted. The Assembly is in an attempt to head off a lawsuit filed by the Clark County School Board challenging the process by which the organization legislation has been implemented, according to the Review Journal. The bill would put the regulations that they were passed through the interim legislation process into the state law. The lawsuit sought to halt the regulation that dictates how the overhaul of the CCSD must be done. The Assembly bill is scheduled to be heard in front of the Joint Committee on Education at 6 p.m. today.
A bill that would restore commercially viable rates for homeowners who want to install rooftop solar panels had its first hearing on Monday. The Assembly bill would set a minimum credit of 11 cents per kilowatt hour, but per electricity that is fed back into utilities grid from rooftop solar installation. According to the Review Journal, 9 cents would encompass benefits such as avoided new generation capacity and avoided transmission distribution costs. The remaining 2 cents would be based on environmental benefits like avoided carbon dioxide emissions and avoided water consumption, as well as the benefits of job reaction by renewing the rooftop solar industry. In Nevada, rooftop solar customers would still be responsible for fixed charges that are paid by all utility customers.
Las Vegas could host the Super Bowl, but not so fast. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell told the Review Journal yesterday that Las Vegas will eventually get in line to host a Super Bowl in 2022. However, there are other cities that are ahead of Las Vegas for a Super Bowl slot, including Phoenix, Tampa, and New Orleans. The next 4 Super Bowls will all be held in new or remodeled stadiums. They'll be held in Minneapolis, Atlanta, Miami, and Los Angeles. Raiders coach Jack Del Rio told the Review-Journal that the city is a natural for the Super Bowl.
The Rampart Boulevard on-ramp that links to westbound Summerlin Parkway will be closed for 20 days in April. According to Las Vegas city officials, the road closure comes as part of an ongoing $3 million project to improve safety and capacity of the road construction. Will include widening of the ramp, installation of new streetlights, resurfacing of the asphalt, and the construction of a triple left turn lane from southbound Rampart to the westbound Parkway. According to city spokeswoman Margaret Kurtz, the on-ramp will be closed from 9 p.m. this Sunday to April 22nd.
One community event had everyone in the family enjoying the first few days of spring. Studio G reporter Ashley Renan has the story.
Spring is in the air here at Boca Park in Summerlin for the first ever Spring Fest 2017. From local food, craft beer, and music for the adults, to carnival rides and games for the kids, this community event featured something for just about everyone in the family.
We were golfing today with some friends, and she had been driven by here a couple times this week and recommended we stop because it was outside. I think it's really good. You have some nice food choices and beverages. The Greek food looked really good.
Some staff weigh in on what it's like to be a part of the first ever Spring Fest at Boca Park.
I'm Angie Long. I'm with the Seafood Connection. We have everything from shrimp cocktail, artichoke hearts, we've got lobster rolls, we've got shrimp scampi, fried shrimp, coconut shrimp. It brings the community together. I think it raises not only just, hey, let's get together, let's have a good time, but it also gets out the small businesses.
We've done pumpkin patch, Christmas tree lot, but this is the first event where it's really a festival with people, music, great environment. Boca Park is kind of seen in Summerlin, really upscale, $1 million homes, $1 million restaurants, but an event like this can really bring people from all backgrounds, all different cultures together. So it's been a huge turnout, and in that area, great for the community.
The Springfest crew say the success of this event is already getting them geared up for Springfest 2018.
Next year, 2018 Springfest.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Ashley Renan.
Garcia says the crew plans on bringing Springfest back to Boca Park in 2018.
The farmers market offers fresh fruit and sweet treats. Studio G reporter Kayleen Talents has more.
If you're looking for delicious food in the outdoors, stop by the farmers market.
The farmers market is a group of people that come together to provide goods, produce, all different types of things for families in the area of Las Vegas. We have a saying at Las Vegas Farmers Market: you need to make it, bake it, grow it, or sow it. So if you meet those criteria, you would be probably welcomed into our farmers market. We have anything from produce, all different types of produce, organic apples, organic produce and vegetables, to anything family oriented, even a couple of cookie vendors, and a lot of good things here at Las Vegas Farmers Market designed for the family.
People can expect many different foods and sweets at the farmers market. Rodney Huber explains why the market is a great place to visit.
We do have the freshest fruits and vegetables that you can possibly get. Everything does come off of our farm, specifically from Reedley, California. It's usually picked on a Monday or Tuesday, and we're here already on a Wednesday, so I don't know how you can get any fresher than that.
Daze Lissenkoff, a co-owner of That's My Cookies, explains why she enjoys the farmers market.
I like it because I'm 76, and it gets me out of bed and gets me involved with people. And I've laughed and said, I think I'm going to put on my tombstone, would you like a sample? So that's why I like the farmers market.
That's My Cookies wants to expand their business and sell the product in stores and malls.
Our next step is to get in little things in not supermarkets, but malls across the country.
The location for the farmers market can change. For more information, visit their website at www.lasvegasfarmersmarket.com. For Studio G, I'm Kayleen Talents.
The farmers market has 3 locations, one in Rampart Gardens Park Drive and Tule Spring Road.
That's all for your local headlines today. Now let's take a look at our weather with Timey.
Hello,
Hello, good afternoon. This is Taimi with your weather today. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. We are in the 64 degrees right now, the highest 80 and the low 56. And for the picture of the day, we have what is some of the damages that Cyclone Debbie left behind in Australia. Unfortunately, it got reported that one person lost his or her life. We wish them the best. Coming back to Las Vegas, we have a beautiful week. We have actually a lot of winds for tomorrow. It's a high wind warning. Winds gusts could go up to 33 miles per hour, so be careful out there tomorrow. Wear a sweater, but for the rest of the week, it's going to be beautiful. The weekend in the 80s, Monday, the 77. Let's take a look at the rest of the valley right now. It's going to be in the 60s, as you can see. The highest being North Las Vegas, Nellis, and Henderson right now with 69 degrees. The lowest here in Las Vegas with 65 degrees. But here in UNLV, you don't have to worry about because it's a beautiful day. 68 degrees, mostly sunny, wind speed 7 miles per hour, so it's not that bad. But tonight, we will be in the 57 degrees, cloudy, and the light, very light wind speed for tonight. For the rest of the country, we're going to be experiencing some beautiful weather around the country, although here in Mississippi, Texas Valley, they're going to experience some storms, so be careful. Experts are saying people to stay in their house and do not go out if you guys don't need to. Miami, beautiful 84. Here in Salt Lake City, actually 57 degrees. Los Angeles, 82. And here in Las Vegas, it's going to be beautiful, so you don't have to worry about it. When we come back, we're going to sit down with one of the candidates running in the CSUN General Executive Board elections. We will be right back.
Get to do an internship, you have to do an internship. It's one of the requirements for a journalism major. You have to do an internship before you can graduate.
Definitely having an internship as a requirement really helps push yourself out there and to just remind you that your graduation is coming up soon. You're going to have to need some work experience in your career. So it's really good to put yourself out there early on, and they tend to help students a lot more. So when you do a student internship, it really helps out a lot.
This is a nutrition center. Anyone from the Las Vegas community is welcome. We can get more people into the nutrition center, get them more educated, then they can learn what ways to prevent chronic diseases and to become healthier individuals. All classes are held in BHS building, Bigelow Health Sciences, room 212, and the times vary, but you could always check them at the UNLV calendar or UNLV Today, and all the classes, times, and descriptions are available there.
My goal is to be an on-air personality, and that's what my career is. It feels really incredible because I've been wanting to do something like this for my whole entire life since I was little.
I mean, it's an opportunity to express myself, get my voice out in public, and get heard for things that I feel strongly about.
This station helped me out a lot, gave me a lot of information I didn't know about a radio station in general.
I mean, it was really easy to get a show here. I took the classes and did the shadowing. They give you a lot of freedom to do what you like, and I feel like there's a lot of support in places you can get answers to.
It's just an incredible experience because I could take what I learned here and I could turn it into something more.
Welcome back, Rebels. I'm Melissa Truesdale. The CSUN primary executive elections have finally wrapped up, and it's time to get ready for the general elections. Today, we have one of the candidates running for the executive board, Senate presidential candidate Riley Taylor. Thank you for coming in today, Riley.
Thank you for inviting me.
So can you kind of just tell us, a couple weeks ago we had a different ticket on. Can you kind of explain what your guys' initiative as the House of Rebels?
Yes, so we have 4 main initiatives. One is to promote student diversity, not only on campus, but throughout our student government. Our second platform is to improve student health and safety on campus through making sure that the health fee increase that just passed is going towards the things that students need to see happen on campus. Something that we really feel like is different and interesting is that in the move towards the top tier initiative that UNLV is taking, we want to make sure to integrate the local community, and we want to bring back Camp CSUN, which is something that was a program we held with local high schools last year. We didn't hold it this year, but we want to bring it back. Our fourth platform is to improve the student experience on campus by a bottom-up approach and asking the students what they want and what they want to see on campus rather than what the administration thinks we want or what they want to see from us. We want to make sure the students their voices are being heard.
And then what exactly is your particular role as the Senate?
So I'm running for the position of Senate President. I've been in the Senate for almost 2 years now, and I love it. But as a Senate President, that's more of an administrative position. It's my job, it would be my job to kind of manage and organize the Senate and make sure that I am helping the senators represent their constituents to the best of their capabilities. Something that I think is really important is Senate mixers. A lot of students have never attended one or have even heard of them, and that's because a lot of colleges haven't held them as they're supposed to because it's difficult, it's hard to get access, but something that I've done as a college of liberal arts senator, we've held mixers ever since I became a senator. They've always been really successful. We've integrated the deans into it as well as the advising center, and students really seem to enjoy it and have that one-on-one interaction with the student orgs within the College of Liberal Arts as well as like Dean Heavey and other individuals.
So can you kind of describe what that mixer process is? I mean, is it just for CSUN people or are people from all the colleges invited?
No. The mixer is open to everyone. It's geared specifically for the college that those senators represent, i.e. each of the colleges should be having a mixer once a semester. So the College of Liberal Arts, we should be having a mixer every single semester, and it's geared towards the students in the College of Liberal Arts, but it's open to everyone. It's just about letting the students get to talk to us, letting them interact with the other student orgs that are geared specifically towards their college. For example, like we had the anthropology club, we had other orgs that are specific to the majors that are held within the College of Liberal Arts.
And then what particular makes you unique as a candidate?
I think what makes me unique as a candidate is I have been a senator for almost 2 years now. I've been a chair almost that entire time, which I don't recommend. That's a really scary thing to go in, be a new senator, and then become a chair. But I've been the chair of the Constitution and Bylaws Committee since I became a senator, and I really enjoy the actual structural process of CSUN and trying to improve that. I think our ticket has some unique initiatives that would allow us to best serve the students, and our entire goal is what can we do to help the students and what do they want to see from us? Instead of it being so disjointed, a lot of students don't know what CSUN is, they don't have access to it, and we want to change that. We want to make it something that everyone has access to and everyone's involved and engaged with.
And how exactly do you plan on getting those students involved?
So a couple different things. Our ticket is unique in that I'm not a member of a Greek org, which the other ticket also has some non-Greek org members, but what I want to do is reach out to the non-Greek students. Fabian and Taylor, who are on my ticket, are amazing, and they're either a part of a fraternity or a sorority, and they have like that access to Greek organizations, and a lot of Greek orgs know who CSUN is, and they know how to access us because they have a lot of members within CSUN. I want to access the rest of the student population as well. I want to make sure that they know that they can access us for funding, that their orgs can hold sponsorships through the bylaws, that they can come to us and work with event planning and things like that.
And so now that we are getting into the general elections, are you guys still campaigning, or is that kind of done and over with? Like, what is the next step now that we've selected our 2 tickets?
We'll be campaigning until the generals. We'll be doing our very best to make sure that students have access to us, that they can ask us questions, and as we get more student feedback, how we can kind of alter or improve our platform to best suit them.
And can you kind of describe or talk about the debate that's coming up so we can learn more about you guys? I mean, do you know what you guys are going to be talking about, or?
I don't know what the questions are yet, but we will be having a debate on April 17th for all of the candidates. I'll be debating the other Senate President candidate and so forth. It'll be one-on-one debates. Jacob Thompson will be the sort of host of that. So it should be interesting. We don't know what the questions are yet. It'll mostly be about our platforms, what we want to see happen on campus, that sort of thing.
And then are there typically debates? Is this something new? Do you guys do this every year?
We've done this every year. I watched the debate last year and it was interesting. The candidates all had unique things to say, and I think that I would like to see more of a turnout. So last year we held it in the student union and there was maybe 30 students, when we have such a large campus, I want to see as many students as possible come. I want to see it live streamed, and I want students to be engaged because CSUN is in charge of allocating a huge portion of funding that is directly paid for by students, and so students should have a say and kind of know what their student government is about and what they're going to do for them.
Absolutely. And how are you going to, how do you reach out to the students? Do you guys do any advertising? Are you just posting on social media? Is it word of mouth? I mean, how can
all of the above. So the House of Rebels, at least, we have a Twitter account, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. We've been going to different organizations and talking to them and letting them know what's going on. Our elections commission is kind of in charge of doing the general advertising for debates and the election, and they've been doing a really excellent job. I think we've had a decent voter turnout, especially in the primaries, and I hope to see it increase tenfold in the generals, though.
And then lastly, for the general elections, I mean, is it going to be the same process? Do you go online to vote, or how does that work?
Yes, it'll be through the Involvement Center. So you'll have to log into either your My UNLV and go to the Involvement Center, or go directly to the Involvement Center and enter in your ACE information. So if you're not registered with your ACE account, students should kind of get into that, and that way they can get on the list. We receive a list from the registrar, which tells us which students are eligible to vote. And so if you want to say in what your student government is going to be about for the next year, then you should make sure that you have your ACE account set up.
All right, good little final pitch. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate your time. After the break, we find out what one young man is doing to help the police. We'll be right back.
As far as Studio G, at first it looks overwhelming, and at first it looks like it's a lot of work, but I'll tell you what, it's the most beneficial class I've had at UNLV to date, without a doubt. You get to not only develop stories and work on your interviewing skills, your editing skills, and your shooting skills from a camera perspective, you get to work on all the equipment that's in the studio. So you're working on audio, you're working on directing, tech directing, you get to produce your own show. You can take a 30-minute newscast and make it your own. And that's really cool about Studio G. Like I said, a lot of it seems overwhelming at first, but it is by far the best class I've taken at UNLV since I've been here.
I think we're feeling like excited about the prospects. We know we're going to drop a lot of time, hopefully break a few records, and I think that the team is ready to go.
I'm pretty excited. We've done very well as a team this year, and I think coming into taper, I think we're going to do really well these next few weeks.
A 7-year-old boy in Wisconsin has a pretty huge heart. The cute kiddo gave up his most prized possession to try to help the police officers cope with the loss of one of their own. Brady Duke decided to donate his Nintendo Wii to the Wausau Police Department, along with a letter to officers who he thought needed it the most after a fellow officer was killed after spending 18 years in law enforcement.
I knew I had to do something because their police brother died. My Wii was my favorite thing to do. I felt sad because I didn't want somebody to die that was somebody that protected a city. They had a police brother that died, and I wanted to make them happy.
Deputy Chief Ben Blyven from the Wausau Police Department has already hooked up the Wii and is encouraging officers to use the Wii and play Lego Star Wars to blow off steam thanks to one thoughtful boy. And if you're curious, yes, the officers invited Brady to come play Wii with them at the department last Monday.
Well, that's very interesting. That is so sweet. That boy is so cute, and just how it was such a nice thing to do.
It's awesome that he's so young, but he has such a big heart already. It's just amazing.
So cute. Thanks for watching Studio G. Be sure to follow us on social media at UNLV Studio. I'm Jessica Vargas.
And I'm Malika Powell. Tune in tomorrow for another episode of Studio G.
I wasn't sure either. I was like, wait, are we? That's why I was like,
yeah.